Hi everyone, and welcome to our video on using a calculator to find trig functions. So on this, I just went into Google and I did a search on Desmos. I think Desmos is one of the nicer technologies that you can use. However, if you have a TI 83 or 84 or any handheld calculator, the buttons are going to be there. So let me click on scientific. Okay, so your calculator will also look something like this. Now, you might need to go into mode. Okay, so you might need to do like a different Google search if you do have an 83 or 84. But the majority of times, usually we don't do the calculator too much in class, and it's often needed on online homework. So like if you're already online, you could just open up a tab and use this. I think it's the most convenient. Okay, but make sure it's in radian mode. Okay, so there's radians and degrees. So we're in radian mode. And then let's show how to do these. Okay, so use a calculator. Cosine of 3 pi over 10. So here's also why Desmos is good. I could just type that in exactly. Okay, so there's cosine. Notice it does the parentheses for me. 3 pi, and then divided by 10. Okay, so I can make it look exactly the same way as what it is on the paper. There it is. That's it. Okay, so there's our answer, and then however far we need to round to, so maybe 4 decimals, maybe 2 decimals. It just depends. So just read carefully when you do have to use a calculator. So what's it say on this? So use a calculator, round answer to 2 decimals. Okay, so we'll just do 2 decimals. So 0.59. That's it. Okay, so that is our answer for this problem. Okay, so using a calculator, and I'm just using Desmos. And then Desmos can do graphs as well, which will be useful for other things. I did the scientific, so math tools, graphing, scientific. I'm doing scientific. Okay, so that's it, and you can press enter and it saves it. Okay, so let's see secant. Okay, so secant usually isn't on calculator. So notice it shows sine, cosine, and tangent only. All right, so secant's not there. Well, that's where we do have to remember that secant is the same thing as 1 over cosine of whatever the angle is. Okay, so just right below this. Actually, let's keep it right here. Actually, no, let's do it right below. So what I'm going to do is let's first get this. So I wanted this by itself. And then to the right where I started to do the equals, let's put in right there. Okay, so a little tight. And then that way, I might have not given myself enough space, but whatever that answer is, we'll put it in the fraction. Okay, so what we really need is the cosine of negative 5 pi over 8. Okay, so like before, I can copy, or I can make it look exactly the same. So, and you can even type in cosine. So I typed in COS. You don't have to use the button. It knows it. And then I'm going to do the parentheses, negative 5. And you can also type in pi, pi, and it changes it. See that? And then divided by 8. So cosine of negative 5 pi over 8, let me see, did I copy it right? Yeah, cosine of negative 5 pi over 8 is negative 0.38 to 2 decimals. Okay, so we've got negative 0.38. So that means back to my secant scenario, I just need to do 1 divided by negative 0.38. Okay, so back to my calculator. Okay, so 1 divided by, I know it's negative, I'm just going to do 0.38. Okay, and then I want to move the negative right there. Okay, remember the negative you can move around. There we go. Okay, so negative 2.63. There we are. Okay, so they might give you one of the other weirder trig functions, but again, if you have sine, cosine, and tangent, you can get the other 3. Okay, so cosine and secant are reciprocals. Okay, so that gives us our final answer. What was it? Negative 2.63. All right, now the cotangent of 30. Okay, so similar to what we just did, let's keep this all in one line this time. Cotangent's not on the calculator, so that means we need to use tangent. Okay, so it's cotangent of 30. These again are all in radians. We haven't really talked about degrees yet in the class. Degrees, they would have to put the little symbol. Okay, so if it was 30 degrees, So it's not on this problem. They would have to put 30 degrees. Okay, if we see just 30 blank, then that means it's 30 radians. Okay, so if they're left blank, it's radians. Radians are what we are currently using with our unit circle. Okay, so what we need to do is just do tangent of 30 again. Okay, or look at this, watch this. So this calculator, I can type in, again, exactly the way that it's written. I could do that. So I don't need to break it down into pieces. I could plug it all in one big step. So cotangent of 30 is this, 1 over tangent of 30, which is negative 0.16. There we are. That's it, done. Okay, so that's how you can do these on the calculator. So sine and cosine, those are the main ones again, but the other ones can help. All right, so you can do these no matter what. All right, so and if you do have a different calculator, TI-83 or 84, you might need to do a different Google, so sorry, but this one's the easiest, I think. All right, so anyway, that's it. That's how you use the calculator. Thanks for watching, and if you have questions, please let me know.